survivor on the back. And these are some very special people who our survivor chair, Miss Madonna Abrazizi, is going to tell you a little bit more about.
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm, as she said, Madonna Abrazizi. I am the survivor chair, and along with myself and my committee, we have put together the best survivor luncheon for you. Jane Lovasek, please take a... Thank you. Judy McGinnis, please show your... And my good friend Vivian is over at the tent waiting for you all to arrive after your lap around the course. So anyway, there are many, many stories that those in the purple survivor shirts can tell you. In a few minutes, you will meet these courageous individuals who now know how valuable, precious life is. You might be asking yourself, who is a survivor? We are all survivors. Let me explain. According to the American Cancer Society, a survivor is anyone who has ever heard the words, "You have cancer." Now, don't those words also carry over to your loved ones? I certainly believe they do. Why do I celebrate survivors? Because when someone you love receives that diagnosis, you too also begin to survive the process. Together you begin the battle. What is a survivor? A survivor is proof that cancer can be defeated. Today, we have the opportunity to hear from the honorary survivor who has graciously agreed to share his story. With all of us here to introduce the honorary survivor is his own 10-year-old daughter. Please welcome Beavis Elementary student and co-captain for the Ibis Park Partners Relay for Life team, Sarah Grace Kennedy.
I'm a little nervous. Hello everyone, I'm the daughter of Vince and Mary Catherine Kennedy. I want to thank you all for coming to Relay for Life of Fishhawk. I appreciate it. I'm proud to introduce you to my dad. He has a story to tell you that will catch your hearts. He's a wonderful man. My dad means the world to me. What would I do without him? He does not deserve cancer. Nobody does. All the activities here you give money to goes to cancer research and more. We all want to find a cure for cancer. Now here's my loving dad, Vince Kennedy.
Just at the top, Lily. No, the brown there.
All right, let's hear it for him. Come on.
Well, I guess they saved the worst speaker for last. So. Unfortunately, I'm not a very good public speaker, so I'm going to have to kind of read this. So, I'm honored to have been chosen as this year's honorary survivor chairperson, and would like to welcome everyone to the 2012 Fishhawk Relay for Life. Thank you to Madonna, Rebecca, and Kathy for your consideration for me for this title. I'd like to thank everyone here for your attendance and participation. Your participation and support of this event means a lot to me personally. In the course of my treatments and work with Relay for Life, I've met many people in the Fishhawk community who are survivors, as well as people who are going through cancer treatment. This includes my wife, father, and sister. To be asked to represent these inspiring great people is an incredible honor. Some of you may not be aware of this, but you're witness to American Cancer Society history as I follow my wife Mary, who was the 2011 Fishhawk Relay for Life Honorary Survivor Chair. She is a 5-year survivor of breast cancer. This is not an honor that I tried to achieve or thought even would occur a year ago. A year ago, I was playing softball in the adult league here in Fishhawk and captained my ice hockey team, the over 35 league at the Ice Sports Forum in Brandon. I would exercise 5 times a week while doing my most cherished thing of all, attending the duties of parenting my 2 children, Sarah and Patrick, and being husband to Mary. I also found time to hold down a full-time job. I took care of my body through exercise and nutrition. Other than stitches or broken bones through the years, I was never seriously ill or concerned that I'd be at risk for developing cancer. A year ago, I had none of the risk factors or symptoms associated with my cancer. Mary was done her cancer-related treatments and surgeries. I no longer had to be a caregiver. We could just enjoy life, our children, each other. We were finally free from the stresses of cancer, and life was good. My life was changed last spring forever when I started experiencing severe abdominal pain. I was admitted and spent 7 days in the hospital. Over the next few months, I was diagnosed and treated for different causes of pain in my abdomen. During this time, I was urged by my good friend, Dr. David Shibata, to allow his team at the Moffitt Cancer Center to examine and properly diagnose me. Dave is a brilliant surgeon and a researcher in the field of gastroenterology, but most important to me, he is a great friend, who along with his team saved my life. In July of 2011, after a colonoscopy to the surprise of myself and the team at Moffitt, I was diagnosed with colon cancer, which unfortunately it's metastasized to my liver. I was 41 and diagnosed with stage 4 terminal cancer. I was 41, somebody who was always healthy and took care of themselves, now facing a death sentence. I was 41, a husband and a father to a wife and children that I adore, being told I probably wouldn't live to see my kids grow up or be able to grow old with my wife. They were the only 2 things I wanted in life. At this time, I had a hard time processing the diagnosis and went into a fog. But I quickly recovered from this and got energized by the chance to fight this disease that had taken so many people that I love. In my mind, the worse odds, the better. I wanted to take cancer's best shot because I wanted to return it with an even harder punch. I was pumped to fight this disease that was in my body, trying to take everything important in my life. I would not allow self-pity or sadness to sink in. I didn't ask for this cancer, but I was certainly ready to fight it. I set my mind to believe when I finally beat this thing, what a party we will have. In the ensuing months, I've had multiple surgeries, chemotherapy, and many setbacks. But under the care of Dr. Shibata's team, led by my surgeon, Dr. Ken Meredith, and oncologist, Dr. Jonathan Strasberg, my status has been changed to stage 4 colon cancer in partial remission, which is the best results we could hope for. It's also better than what was expected of me when the cancer was diagnosed. I have a long way to go in the recovery process, but thanks to the great care I have received at Moffitt from the technicians, nurses, and staff, and the doctors, the comeback is succeeding. The most important factor in my recovery, though, was the love, support, and help given to me by my family, friends, and community. Before I was diagnosed with cancer, I was very independent. I lived by the adage, if you want something done, you have to do it yourself. But I quickly learned in this fight that I was not going to be successful doing this alone. I was not physically able to do routine things following my surgeries. I needed help driving, cleaning myself up, or even walking. Simple things that I took for granted before. Even greater than the physical help I needed, the mental and emotional support was even more important. I am very fortunate to have been blessed with such loving and caring people in my life. My mom, who would sit with me for hours while I endured chemotherapy. The cards, letters, texts, Facebook posts, calls, and visits from my family and friends. I'd also like to mention that my aunts, uncles, and my best friend, Matt Dopkin, all flew down this weekend to be with me and support me. They caught me by surprise, so that was good. That they would fly down just to support me is awesome and incredibly touching. I'd also like to thank Tim Coffey and the Fishhawk Softball League for dedicating the Relay for Life Cancer fundraiser to me. The love and friendship shown to me and my family last weekend from friends in the league was incredibly kind. The Fishhawk Softball League is a great organization with great people. These acts from family and friends have taught me an important lesson. Before my illness, I would shy away from family or friends going through cancer treatment. I didn't do this because I didn't care, but because I didn't think they would want to be bothered or I would know the right thing to say. What I learned as a cancer patient was even the simplest act of kindness or gesture had an incredibly positive effect on me and my family. It also gave us more strength. I've become a better person through this process. The love and support my family and I have received from the relatives, friends, and also the community of Fishhawk has been overwhelming. Without my wife, kids, parents, sister, in-laws, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, and this community, the success that I have achieved would not be possible. I have been truly blessed by God to have each of these people in my life. So I can honestly say that even though my diagnosis isn't great, I am truly the luckiest person on the face of the earth. One of the reasons that I support and I'm so proud to be a part of the Real Life for Life is the attention that is given to the caregivers, families, and friends of the cancer patients. The focus on the fight against cancer is typically just given to the cancer patient. I feel that the role of the caregiver, family, and friends is underappreciated. The loved ones of the cancer patients are in many ways going through as much emotional and mental anguish as the patient. While the patient has many avenues of therapy and treatment available to them, the person caring for that patient is left doing the physical and routine tasks the cancer patient is not able to do. They are also left many times doing this alone or without support from others. It's not an easy job, but in some ways it's the most important role. Having been both the caregiver and the patient roles, I have found it much easier being the patient. I am so grateful to have such a wonderful person as my wife to take care of me. I need help. I am so grateful to have parents, in-laws. This is why I had to read from it. To have parents, in-laws, aunts, and my sister who helped me in my recovery when it wasn't always easy or pleasant. To be loved by these people makes me the luckiest guy in the world. The fact that the American Cancer Society, through events like Real Life for Life, has programs for the patients, family, and focuses support on them makes me proud to be part of this organization and team. In closing, I would like to again thank you for all your support. Again, it is a great honor to be Honorary Survivor Chair for this event. And finally, I'd like to take a minute to discuss the elementary, middle, and especially high school students participating in the Real Life for Life. In my eyes, this has been the most surprising and inspiring thing about the Real Life for Life. The maturity, leadership, and passion that these students have for this event is awesome. When I first heard about the relay, I thought it would be a chance for the students to hang out all night with their friends, much like I would have at that age. I could not have been more wrong. The work and effort that these kids put into this event is inspiring to me and should be applauded by the community. It says a lot about their character and what great families that they come from. I was told that living to an old age for me would be a miracle, but I believe in miracles. Thanks again for all you do, and I hope you have a great time.
So much, Vince, for speaking, and for Sarah Grace for introducing your father. The whole Kennedy family has really been a true inspiration for us this whole relay season, with Vince being our honorary chair and Mary Catherine as our team development chair and former cancer survivor herself. With everything they've endured, they've been a true inspiration to all of us and had so much dedication for the whole relay season. And they've been a very integral part of the success of this event, and they deserve a round of applause for their efforts. I'm aware now that Miss Carla Bruning is here, the principal of Newsom High School, and I want to bring her up so she can thank you. And I want to thank her personally. I'm so glad she's here, so I can thank her personally for her support of our event. And she's a huge participant and supporter of Relay for Life for many, many years, and I'm sure she'll tell you a little bit.